Stop 4 ABT North here on Lake Wheeler. Been weird dock talk. Normally we get a good vibe for what's going on, but Luke's got some pictures of some giants this week, like some really big ones, but then the same team said last night they might only have 8 pounds today.
The typical Wheeler story.
Yeah. And then some guys that have won here before just stopped by and said we may catch 3 fish today or we may catch 30. It's an odd thing, but the water's coming up in the bushes. One of my favorite things ever about Wheeler is when the water gets in the bushes. I'm gonna go Bronco bug, Texas rig, just flipping around. Probably a lot of people are gonna do that, but if I wanted to have fun out here, that's what I'm doing.
The bushes are going to get a lot of attention today because the water has not been full, and now it's full with all this rain we've had. We just came off that, full moon in May. You got to think that's going to play. But coming out of practice, the report was weird. So I'm going the big
boy
freeloader, the 6 1/4 shaking a minnow. This lake, not the best scoping lake, but around some of these shallow stumps, I'm thinking maybe a little bit of some spawn going on, shad spawn early this morning. So I think something like the big freeloader is going to play. Weight prediction, I'm going 21 pounds on Wheeler Lake today to take the dub.
I'm going to say tournament is better than practice. The guys who said they might not catch them are going to catch them 23 pounds.
They always lie.
Always lie. Liars.
Welcome in to the 4th stop, the Alabama Bass Trail North Division, Wheeler Lake, 67,000 acres, and it is full. Rain earlier this week has got us to full pool, and it's going to be exciting. Let's get out on the water for the 13 fishing first cast of the day.
We're here on Wheeler Lake for stop number 4 of the ABT North. Interesting things going on this week is the water's just now coming up to full pool just a few days ago. There's fish kind of all over the place. Everyone's expecting the fish to get in the bushes with the water rising, but it sounds like that's not happening as much as what everyone forecasted for it to be. So fishing's gonna be real interesting today. However, if you've been on Wheeler before, when the water comes up, the fish do move into the bushes. That's a fact. So will it happen today during tournament day, or is this going to be a stingy Lake Wheeler and we're going to see lower weights? We will not know, but what we do know is that Damian Willis, Tyler Kiker, the first team that we're covering in the morning, have already put 2 in the boat that we've seen, thrown back a couple, said in the last 2 days of practice they only caught 2 in both days. So here we go, kickoff ABT North on Lake Wheeler.
A lot of teams told us coming in, this tournament will be won in the first hour with the shad spawn, and we certainly believe that could be the case. It does look like they're fixing to make a short move. I don't think they're going to go very far. So if they move, we'll move with them and get right back on them. But definitely some fish catching going on. We're on the flats. We've seen the net, the net dance, so to speak, in several boats around us this morning already. So definitely some fish biting this morning, first thing on Wheeler Lake for stop number 4. Sam George hooked up, and it looks like a good one, and it is a good one. Got the net out, here we go. It's gonna be number 3, and it's a nice one. These boys are off to a good start.
Mitchell Cash and Tanya Cash. Guys, tell us a little bit about how practice went. Tell us a little bit about how practice went.
We didn't get the practice. We drove in last night.
All right. So it's game day then.
It's game day. Running in blind to go in.
Well, how's it getting started then?
We had one when we first got started. That's all we had, but it got off.
Good, off to a good sign then at least. You landed on the right spot maybe.
Alabama Bass Trail Television, presented by Phoenix Boats, is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, by Crush City, Larry Puckett Chevrolet, and by Halo.
In 2009, it all started. with this 721 Pro XP and a passion to build the best fishing platform in design, performance, and construction for all of our customers. Through the years, motors have changed. Electronics have changed. But the passion to build the best bass boat possible has not changed. Everyone at Phoenix believes we got it right the first time.
Hey guys, Pro Angler Dustin Connell here, and I get all my vehicles here at Larry Puckett. I travel all over, and I've got the 2500 diesel. I love it, tows my boat great, but if you're looking for any vehicle, an SUV, gas burner, or the diesel to tow something with, they've got it here at Larry Puckett. Not corporate owned, locally owned, and they'll treat you like family. Here at Larry Puckett Chevrolet, they let the customers do the talking.
When time is of the essence, Abby relies on Amphus to keep her on track. With Amphus, experience convenience, security, and the freedom to shop your way, no matter how hectic the day.
Hair doesn't just happen, people. If you know, you know.
Amphus, dare to be iconic.
She grew up fast. Will she remember these times and continue the tradition? You better believe it. Tell a new fish story with Garmin.
The splash of your paddle mimics the pelican as it drops down from above. As the calmness of the water washes away any lingering concerns, you listen to the tall grass sing of the surrounding beauty and how the best views only get better when they're shared. This is Alabama, and when you're here, you can take it all in.
Ooh. Swing and a miss by Sam. I felt that over here. Trey hooked up with a good one right here. Looked like a big smallmouth almost when it jumped. I think it is a big smallmouth. Oh no, jumped over the net. Smallmouth for Trey.
Trey's got a smallmouth bite. I'm gonna put him on this.
Hey, for live coverage, we appreciate the fact that that jumped over the net. But for y'all's tournament, I don't know if y'all want that to happen again. Yeah, that thing was wild. I said I thought it was a smallmouth when it jumped out there the first time, but because it came up quick.
I knew it was, but I was trying not to get nervous because I really wanted to weigh in a smallmouth.
Be a good one, hopefully.
Yeah, go! You might be. Good luck. Hey, came off in the net.
So Jeremy, I'd say I need to stay with you the rest of the tournament.
Well, see, Pickwick, I talked to Pickwick, we weren't doing so good. But as soon as you left us, we started catching. Woo!
I believe they've got 4 in the box. Look, you just caught one right now. It's bit right at the boat. They're having a lot of whiteys or like hybrids crushing them right at the boat, but You can just tell how, I guess, how they're hitting it. Let's see what we got. It's not even deep enough right there to be doing that.
Sam George hooked up. It's going to be number 5. Going to be one they hope to cull later. They're going to have a chance at winning this thing, but got that limit.
Well, we hopped over right over the main river channel to get to Spencer and Reese, and have no clue what they've got. But I do know that they are substantially tougher than me and Luke Duncan are combined, because they're both wearing shorts today and sun shirts. And that is a crazy, crazy thing to be doing this morning.
Let's take a look back at that fish catch real quick. Great hook set on that one. Watch that rod bend over. I mean, had a little stumble on the net delivery. Said a few words, but he made it back there. Had plenty of time. That fish wants to jump a little bit. Just kind of get your heart going for sure while that fish is jumping. They'd already lost a couple, so they didn't want to lose this one for sure. You know, money's on the line here.
Got Chris Britton, Eric Springer here, who are local hammers. Usually fish the lower end, and they're up on the flats today. They said this is not normally the game plan for them, but practice was decent up here, and they said just then how weird it's been. And they said they've caught everything but a bass this morning, and they said depending on how the next, the morning goes, that's kind of going to dictate their decisions for the rest of the day.
Ugly one, boy.
This portion of Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is sponsored by Yamaha, TH Marine, Thompson Tractor Company, and Piranha 02. There's more to come.
Remember those childhood dreams when you and your trusty cat could do anything? Well, now you're living the dream and experiencing the thrill and power of cat performance, technology, and value for real. Hey, those who give their best deserve the best. So invest in your business, invest in yourself, invest in a cat. The best machines you can own. Because your first cat shouldn't be your last.
Knock, knock. The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine. Give me a
I want to talk to you about Piranha 02.
This is the exact system that we are running behind stage in all of our tanks to keep our fish healthy and alive so we can get them back in the water.
Every dead fish costs you a lot of money. So I've been really impressed. It's an oxygen enrichment system that helps out, keeps these fish alive, and lets you catch and release them.
Weight is the key in tournament fishing, so take care of it. Go to Piranha 02 and take a look.
The mountain is calling.
Give me the sunshine, give me a tune. Give me a beat 'em up just like it's W. Promise you, why would I trouble you? Yeah, look, you cannot see what's in front of you. You cannot see what's in front of you.
Look at that freaking Bronco bug, baby.
What's about to come to you? Get up in here, come on!
Welcome back to the Alabama Bass Trail Wheeler Lake, 67,000 acres. You know, over the course of 13 years, you see a lot of things transpire in the bass fishing world. And one of the things that sticks out in my mind about Wheeler Lake is back in 2017, we had a cold February day, but Mitch Mitchell, Candler McCaughton brought in a dirty 30, and they had a largemouth, a smallmouth, a spot, and a meanmouth. All 4 species in one bag in a dirty 30. Man, you can't get much better than that. Now let's get back out on the water.
We got Zeke Gossett, Briar Chambers. Have not gotten close enough to them to ask if they've caught any fish today. Hey, here's another shameless ABT sponsor plug. These guys are fishing out of an older boat that they have definitely repowered with new electronics and power poles, but also repowered the engine on this boat with a brand new Yamaha 250. Seen a lot of people doing that recently, getting older rigs. Obviously, we want everybody we can in a Phoenix, but if you can't jump into a brand new one, you want to get an older boat and work on it and fix it up. That new Yamaha is what a lot of people are putting on the back of boats, and it seems like that trend is really taking off right now.
We're just caught up with the Marbets. Hayden knows a thing or two about winning on this lake. Won the Toyota Series Championship just a couple falls ago. And they're out here on the flat doing a little scoping, and they said they got 4 in the box so far for about 13 pounds. So four good ones, I would say, to get your day started. Hayden Marva hooked up. Number 5 for the Marbets right there, Darian.
I said, what's the update? Yeah. Have you upgraded any since then?
Maybe an ounce.
Yeah.
So right here on this bank.
Oh, there you go. We started with these guys this morning on a shallow bar, and they caught a bunch of fish. If y'all watching this morning, it was a shad spawn, and they were catching a lot of fish really quickly this morning. Swim bait, square bill, they're locking that square bill up. Buddy just said, and they told us this morning, we may not catch a fish after this at all. And they've been bouncing around all afternoon. Finally able to catch up with them in an area we've seen them at before, but it looks like they're just running stuff where they catch big ones at, because we've seen them in here before. We've actually seen them catch big fish in this area, but he said we made 1 cull and it was 1 ounce, so.
Obviously these guys former winners here on Wheeler. On a different end of the lake though. They've in a different time of year, but swimming a jig, doing some flipping. How are y'all? Y'all got them?
Nah, we only got 2 so far.
Only 2. It is definitely not, it's not just muddy, but it's pretty dirty. You'll go, you know, 100-yard stretch and it's dirty, and then you can get to just right around the corner, and then you could see fish on the bed. It would get so clear, and that's kind of how, I mean, this is just kind of a mix in here. It's probably clearer than it looks, but I don't know, it's just a lot of changing conditions, obviously, here. Oh, hooked up, and it's a big one on a swim jig. Good one. That was all. That was such a great bite. I mean, that was a good time.
Had another one, just had one body right before that, Jake.
Megan?
Alabama Bass Trail Television, presented by Phoenix Boats, is brought to you by Garmin, Amherst Federal Credit Union, Powerful, and by Mountain Dew.
It's gonna be hard.
Turn everyday spending into more fun. Earn unlimited 2% in rewards when you spend outside Academy. My Academy Rewards MasterCard, the official card of fun.
In the relentless pursuit of domination on the water, one name stands above the rest. TH Marine's Atlas Jackplate. The power behind champions since 2007. The driving force that propels you to victory. More winners choose Atlas. For the fisherman who demands the best, Atlas delivers. Because every move counts. More winners choose Atlas.
Research and development is more than just time in the shop for us. It's time out here. Sweating the details. Making boats that work as well in the real world as they do on paper. From our R&D team to our anglers on the water, we have the knowledge and passion to build you the finest fishing platform in the world.
Some things ain't worth keeping. Yesterday's traditions, today's adventures, tomorrow's memories. Now that's something worth keeping. Fish Alabama and find your keeper.
For more information, visit fishalabama.org.
Drake Luter, Tyler Wagner up next. They did not have to wait long this morning at all to get out there on Wheeler Lake, boat number 1. And they're weighing a big one, and they're weighing in 5 big ones. They got 5. It's going to take them all the way to the top of the Pro Guide Batteries leaderboard. 18:35. Nicely done.
All right, guys, first 18-plus pound bag of the day. How'd y'all catch them?
Man, we flipped stumps all day long.
Yeah. Catch a bunch of fish?
We caught more than we did in practice, but we still didn't catch a bunch of fish. We probably caught maybe 10 fish all day.
Brian and Hayden Marvitt, boat 35. We watched them on live, and guess what? They kept on catching them after we left. New leaders 5 that'll go 22:48 for the Marvitts.
All right, guys, 22 and some change is a good bag. You said it might not win, though.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like this lake's fishing too good right now for it to win. I mean, it's definitely tough out there, but the bites you're getting out there are pretty solid bites. So I doubt it's enough to win, but it was definitely a fun day.
How'd you catch them? I mean, just to be...
You headed towards Weiss Lake?
No, I mean, I scanned for 2 days straight, probably put 20 hours on my motor and just marked a bunch of stuff that looked good. And, like, I made 2 casts in practice, caught a 3.5 and a 6, and I was like, that's enough for me. So we just kept on scanning, and, you know, we just went and ran around and fished it today. There's actually a wreck on the way here this morning, so we missed our boat number. I was kind of fired up to be an early boat number.
And we got Bubba up here with us today.
Well, we got Bubba today.
We got Bubba. Bubba, I'm going to be honest with you. Maddie's fixing to be very, very upset with you, young man, because she has not been able to do this with Dad. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to hear this right here. Wheeler Lake, for stop number 4, your new leaders, Thomas and Timothy Shelton, 5 that'll go 26:07. Not bad for your first ABT, Bubba.
6 bites is crazy. Talk about that.
Man, them big smallmouth are hard to trick. You know, anybody that goes after them knows. And I mean, I got 6 bites, but I probably saw another 20 that I couldn't get to bite.
They got 5 good ones. Doing some of that tops and caterpillar heavy lifting all the way to 3rd place with 2080. Nicely done. How'd you catch those today?
Got them on the koik and a Sakamata shad.
How many fish you catch?
In the past 2 days, I bet we've probably caught 100 fish. Wow. It's been a really solid week, really solid practice, and couldn't really do much wrong. We fished mostly clean. I think, what?
Lost 2 today.
So this lake, so you say y'all have done bad all year. This lake is setting up better for what you're trying to do then?
Yeah, we like to fish brush piles, shallow stump, stuff like that, and it's set up perfect this week.
Well, we have wrapped up stop number 4 in a big way. 26:07. The Shelton boys get it done right here. First win in tournament bass fishing for Thomas Shelton at 36 years old. And he does it with Timmy hanging in there with him.
Yeah, I did an interview just a little bit ago, and I talked about creating memories and what we were able to do here at the Alabama Bass Trail and how many father-son teams have we watched grow up through this series. We're going to get to see another one.
And, you know, something we didn't say on stage, it just hit me. We had Huck Harrison become the youngest ABT champ a little earlier this year at the ABT South, but not anymore. Sorry, Huck. Timmy Shelton, he's got his Pokemon cards with him and everything. You've been seeing some big smallmouth bass today with Dad.
It wasn't just bass. I saw a giant. He saw a giant gar.
A giant gar? Those things got crazy teeth. Dad, what does this feel like? Not only to get a win on the Alabama Bass Trail against this competition and to catch 26 pounds, 4 smallmouth and 1 spotted bass, but to do it with him in the boat, Mother's Day weekend. It's a family affair.
Man, it's all Jesus. I mean, I didn't even take this one serious. I told the wife, he's my hard one. Maddie will fish all day with me and she'll sit there and she'll be patient. He's my hard one. So I said, look, I'll take him and we'll have fun. And I said, I got a spot though that if they fire, it could be magical, you know. And 9 years ago, we found out we were having Timothy, and I just took a job change and I had to sell my boat. And I remember when the guy drove off with it, I told myself that I would never have that opportunity again, that I was taking care of my family, and that I just said, Jesus, if you'll get back to me, man, like, please. And man, I've been praying about it for so long, and it's so crazy to think I get my first win with the little guy that made me sell my first boat. So, I mean,
it all works out.
It's funny how when you can get in his plan, how he can just make it just 10x anything you could ever imagine for yourself. So,
and I got one last question for you. Top 10 with Maddie last time at Neely Henry. Is she going to be jealous of the big win with little bro?
Well, we got a big tournament coming up next weekend.
Okay.
Has there been a back-to-back?
Oh, that's true. Miss K, we go to his home lake next week, Logan Martin, and he's been on fire. He's doing great in the points race there. So Miss Maddie's got to step up to the plate to try to catch up with Big Bro and go back to back.
Great to have this family, great ambassadors of our sport, new winners on the Alabama Bass Trail, and they can go ahead and start booking their reservations at Lake Eufaula.
No doubt about it. You heard it right here. We're going to Logan Martin next. Can the Sheltons go back to back? We'll see next week in the ABT South.